You literally cannot be this fine and not mine. I'm literally confused as to why we're not further. I'm confused as to why I don't have your number yet and that we're not in communication and out on a date right now. I'm lost about that. What's up, y'all? Welcome back for another episode. Because it's been a minute. Now we are in a new season of Succeeding in Singleness. Now this season, we're going to, continue to keep it real. Keep it honest. And tell a little bit of my business. That's the one thing about talking. You be like, you want me to tell them that? I was going to go to the grave with that one. But I want to make sure I say thank you for clicking on this video. Okay? Wow, the love is real. Now make sure to subscribe if you haven't subscribed. If you like the video, make sure to do that. Okay? Even if you're just feeling what we having right now, click it. Like it. Thanks. And y'all know how we do. Okay? I'm going to tell y'all a story. I'm going to give some tips. But I'm going to keep it real throughout. Tell my business. But at the end of it all, I do hope that it helps you in some kind of way. Or if it even has you think about a friend that maybe went through the same situation and you can encourage her or him and pray for them, whatever it may be. Okay? Let me know if you get something out of this. This one is titled, as you already can see, The Lord Had to Remove Him. I can easily think of, I don't know how many occasions where the Lord was like, this girl is not about to leave. So let me go ahead and remove them. It's crazy because in my head, I'm like, no, I can easily stay on it, be focused. Why would I keep it? Why would I keep a guy here that don't want to be here? I quite literally do that too often. You got something that just, look, they don't want to be active in your life, but they still want to watch your life. Okay. So he probably watching. But with that was petty. Sorry, Lord. So with these certain situations, I'm just going to do these different scenarios that has happened. But I can think of times where I'm like, okay, they're showing me that they don't want to be here. They're telling me something totally, you know what I'm saying? Keeping it real, hey, I just want this to be a chill thing, nothing serious. And sometimes you think you can process through that or sometimes you think you're bigger than that situation. And what I mean that is it won't affect you. It won't impact you for just hanging out with this guy. But, if he said that you don't want nothing serious, I don't want nothing serious either. I can keep it chill. We can keep it cool. But over time, you start catching feelings. You start thinking about him a little more often. You in the store buying him something, a little snack. I'm sorry? The one that didn't want nothing? Well, if you don't want nothing, you ain't getting this. If you don't want nothing, you ain't getting nothing from me at all. At the end of the day, we end up doing more than what we were supposed to be doing just because we were going to go with the flow, work with them. No. So with me, I realized that I would stay into something. I would stay longer than need be. Shouldn't even been in it in the first place, right? But I'll stay longer and then start catching feelings, or they'll start acting different. And then you're like, well, what you acting different for? Why you switching it up? What's going on? If something's happening, or if you even are talking to somebody, just tell me, right? But we don't realize it is still impacting us in some kind of way because you had a routine with this person, or you are used to talking to this person, calling them at any time and they'll answer their phone. Any routine that y'all had, okay? Whether it was minimum or to a max, it still impacts you. It still makes you feel a way if something is not the same. And the Lord had to remove these men out of my life. Because if it was up to me, they would still be here in 2026 in some capacity. You know how you just want to stay cool with some people and you be like, what, just in case, maybe something changed. Maybe we actually figure something out later on in life. He wasn't that bad. It's just we didn't want to really be serious. No, that matters so much, okay? Stop playing with these things. We think this thing is small. I can think about it I don't want to talk about landmines on here. Am I going to get flagged? But when you think about something that's, it's not that big of it, or it doesn't seem like a bad thing, or it doesn't seem, but think of a mouse trap. We're just going to use that. And it's out in the field. You just walking. You don't see nothing. You think it's fine. It looks fine. Wow. You get got. Snapped. Trapped in that mouse trap. It doesn't look like anything's going wrong. It doesn't look like anything will happen or go left right now or even in the future. But that's what happens when you begin to attach yourself to somebody that really wasn't supposed to be there, that really wasn't what God wanted you to pursue, look, to be in communication with. You wasn't supposed to talk to that man in the first place. You was supposed to talk to that girl, homie. Why are you talking to her? You know you ain't supposed to talk to her. These things matter. And I think God is trying to warn us in these small things where it's like, okay, well, you wasn't listening to me here, and now this has happened. And I don't want you to experience this as my child, but because of our, free will, but we also have wisdom that we don't tap into, that we try not to act like we don't have. We want to look past that because we want what we want. We allowed our desires to be bigger than what God has for us. And we end up dealing with something so much bigger. And now there's heartbreak, and now there's frustration, and now there's woe is me. And now I'm doubting about whether or not I'm going to get married or anything like that. I'm sorry. That means it went too far. If you started thinking like that, that means it went too far. Nothing should sway the promise that God has already told you. Nothing. Okay? And that's what happens when we are in these men's faces. They be cute. You know how I feel about that. The Lord knows how to sculpt them. He did his job well. But at the same time, I am realizing that these faces, it's going to be plenty of cute faces to look at. But what is God telling me to do in this situation? Yes, we met. But is it supposed to go further? Why is he really here? Is he a distraction? Is he a project? Is this an assignment, Lord? Was I supposed to learn something from him, whether this just be in the business aspect or just learning more about you, Lord? But because of my own desires, I promoted him to more. And now I can't receive what it initially was supposed to be because now he's supposed to be my man. No, we have to work on that. We literally have to slow down. Let me know if y'all can relate to that. Meeting a guy and you're like, wow, hold on. You can't be this fine and not mine. You literally cannot be this fine and not mine. I'm literally confused as to why we're not further. I'm confused as to why I don't have your number yet and that we're not in communication and out on a date right now. I'm lost about that. If they are attractive, that means we switch them over to a category where they have potential to be our boyfriend, our man. And it's like, no, we need to keep them here until God tells us what to do. But no, we promote quick. We have to slow down with our thoughts, with our heart. You already know the heart is deceitful. I can't follow that heart. This one, boom, boom. I can't follow this. I have to continue to say the word, keep my mind on him so that my heart does not receive something that he's not telling me to do, telling me to go after, telling me to open myself up to. Because we don't know what we are opening ourselves up to. But yeah, the Lord had to remove these men because he knows me. I am a person that I realize that I will stick beside him. Okay, I will stick it out. I'm not that impact. I'm fine. It's fine. I can talk to other guys while but no, we all end up having a fave. I'm sure my fave is watching right now. But that was petty again. Okay. But my fave, I have faves where, it's like, well, let me just see how they doing. Well, let me check back in. Maybe something different now. Maybe he's still on his ex. Maybe he over her now. Like, I don't know. Hoping that something is different, but not recognizing that it is super important to be led by the Spirit and not by your flesh, not by your desires, not by your wants, because it is giving us the results that we don't want. The results look like heartache, sometimes panic attacks. Am I by myself on that one? Where you're literally crying so much that you can't breathe, that something's getting tight, that you can't stand, all these things. This stuff that seems small really can get to you and have you moving in a way, thinking in a way that God is like, yo, that's not how I want you to feel as my daughter, as my son. That's when I think about renewing your mind in the word, the original meaning, but it also tells me in these moments to renew my mind often, even while dating people. Because when it doesn't go the way you think, it can start having you shift your thoughts, and it gets you discouraged about this single journey. And it's like, it's not supposed to be like that. I'm supposed to be content whether I get married or not. I'm supposed to be content where I'm at, regardless of what's going on around me. So if I'm content, I'm supposed to be content about my finances, my health, my family. Put that in the dating category as well. But the song say, I will be content in every circumstance. Jireh, you are enough. I know y'all feel the way I feel about them, but that song, I had to still sing it. I still wanted to sing that part of the song because it does remind you, hey, in everything, I am supposed to be content in the Lord. My focus is supposed to be fixed on Him. Yeah, this person may seem almost right, but there are other things that I have in store for you as your Father that sees all and knows all. Like, yeah, right now it looks like, dang, He could be it. Why would it not be Him? But I literally have somebody else. So yes, this situation probably opened your eyes to knowing, like, yep, you deserve this, or yep, this is how a man should look and lead. But I have more. Being rejected, being not chosen, especially when something was looking good and it just went totally left. Now it's like, what just happened? It can throw you off, and it also can keep you in a slump, like not wanting to try again, not wanting to get back out there, and also stuck on that person. Excuse me, we gotta let them go, because it's not gonna allow us to catapult in the direction that we should be going. They done moved on. They don't want you. Okay, I'm talking to myself. They don't want you no more. They told you. There's nothing else to say. He literally, quite literally don't want you. I had to tell myself that. I said, he don't want you. Why would you want somebody that don't want you? Why would you cry over somebody that don't want you? Crying over spilled milk. Spilled milk at that. But you literally cannot stay stuck on somebody that does not want you, and that is showing it and does not want to come back in your life, leaving where they at. Or even if they are trying to come back and you have to remind yourself of what happened before that. Ain't nothing changed but the time and date. That's it. They're the same person, leaving where they at. Especially when I want them back. I'm like, where you at? Call me. Why are you ignoring me? Did you block me? Like, because I blocked you. Yeah. So the things that has helped me leave them where they at. But let's go to the points that I wrote down. One of the points I want to make is realize that you cannot be dedicated to the wrong thing. You're putting your time and effort into someone that literally does not want to be here. They are showing you that they can exist without you in their life. There's nothing else to say. There's nothing else to do. They're showing you it. Accept it for what it is. Yes, it's hard, but accept it for what it is and let it be. You don't want to be here, then you don't want to be here. I can literally not make someone be in my life. I've tried. A joke. Know that God knows the best for you. God knows what's best for you. He literally knows the type of guy you need, the type of woman, fellas, that you need. And sometimes we want something prematurely, and then we get those results. Now we ain't talking about a baby. Now God is gonna restore and health that baby on up. That's a different story. Now we ain't talking about that. But when we talking about things that are just too soon, too early, you're trying to get yourself back out there, but God is like, yo, slow down. Wait a second. I don't want you to date right now. Or I want you to fix your eyes on me. Another thing, you can idolize dating. People think like, no, why would this is not me having this desire to be married should not, it should not go into the category of idolization, but it does when you are fixated on it. So idolizing something can happen quicker than you realize just because of how you are looking at it, how much you're thinking about it, how much it impacts you to be around other married people or people that are dating. I'm not telling you to act like it don't exist and like, your feelings don't get hurt. But what I'm saying is if it gets to a point where you're literally defeated, don't want to do nothing else, don't want to pursue nothing, don't want to buy nothing, don't want to go on vacation because you want to wait for that man, I'm sorry. No. That's not what it wasn't supposed to get to that point. Be confident in what God has already told you. Remember the promises that He has made to you. And when I say that, I mean as in, yes, in being married, but in other areas of your life. What else has He reminded you? Like, I'm still here. I am already working on things for you. I have worked on a thing and it's already presented before you. It's already worked out. I just want you to trust me. Remember those stories and those scenarios, because for me, that's what helps me. When I'm like, dang, how am I supposed to pay for this event? When there's a lot of money. I like this venue. God's like, look, you got favor going before you even walked in that room. So you don't have to think about that. Things like that. Remind yourself of different scenarios of where God has shown up where you thought, how is this even going to work? My other point is remove what you thought it was supposed to look like. I literally had a vision of getting married to my college sweetheart. I'm sorry. So I made it through all those 4 years, actually 4.5 years, because this one class wasn't offered until the fall semester. So I had to stay an extra semester and back on campus. I'm getting mad. That was crazy. To move back on campus when you grown and these little kids running around. Not to say grad students went on campus, but I went in them dorms. Anyways, you have to remove what you thought it was supposed to look like, okay? God is like, look, I know I said what I said, and please believe what I said. So once again, like I said, thought I was going to be, if I'm a college sweetheart, I'm far removed from college. It's been like over 10 years since I graduated college. 12 years now. Where he at? I am literally about to be 34 years old. I have not had a real relationship in my adulthood. I had a relationship in early college with someone. I want to make sure I still acknowledge that. To me, it was like, was that a relationship? But it was. We did say, let's be in a relationship. But after that, since 2012, I ain't been in something. Situationships from left to right. I probably could win a medal for how many situationships I put myself in. Now, I do try to spread it out, though. Some people go through it like 4 people in a year. I literally, no. Once I want you, I want you. And give me some time to get over it. If you don't want me, okay, fine. But give me some time to get over you. My last one I want to say is like, stop ignoring what is. A lot of us are holding on to people, hoping that something's going to change, hoping that today is going to be different. And they have shown you too many times. Sometimes I wish we would catch it that one time. But they have shown you multiple times that they do not want you, okay? They don't want to be here. They don't want to pursue this the way that you know that you should be pursued. That is a reminder. A lot of us like, well, he's still here. He's still that. But is this the way you want to be treated for real? Is this truly what you have been praying for? And if you have not been praying for real, you are just now accepting any and everything. That's why we, once again, have to slow down and get in the face of God and ask him, how do you want me to date? How do you want me to go about this? Dating's not in the Bible. Okay, all right. And because it's not in the Bible, that's why we pray about it. How do you want me to navigate this? What do you want this to look like? Not praying about him and getting his mind right. Talk to me. And so, Lord, in this time, what do you want me to realize, recognize, call out, look for when I am talking to someone, when I am dating, when I am getting to know somebody? What do you want me to do? How do you want me to go about this? What am I listening for? So that we are not wasting our time. We are not wasting our time in 2026 and on. No more of it, okay? Yes, they're cute. Leave them where they at. I done got hype. I literally told myself, this year you will not be stuck on somebody that don't want you. Let me know if y'all got something from that. I just really know that God is really working on me to show up for y'all. And I truly want to apologize for that, because when you are doing something that God wants you to, that God is telling you to do, it is not about you, and you make it about you, which causes you to get stuck and stagnant and overthink. And I want to apologize because I'm supposed to show up for y'all. Okay? Because we are in this together. Because I know y'all can help me too. What? Keep it real and keep it trill with me. And I hope y'all continue to watch, be ready for the next episode. And if you want to stay updated on new posts and all that stuff, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like the video. If you do, comment down below what parts stood out to you. If you have any tips down below as well, let me know. And then follow me on Instagram, Nae2Curly, NAE2CURLY, but also to Succeeding in Singleness has their own Instagram as well. Make sure you follow that. But all right, so I'll catch you in the next episode. Peace.